What is up, guys? Zan from the Madden YouTube channel. Today's video, we're going to be looking at part 2 of the passing offense out of the doubles off close, which is found in the Oakland Raiders and Washington Redskins offensive playbooks. But before we get into it, guys, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the daily uploads coming your way here on the Zan Madden YouTube channel. If you guys want to watch me play Madden live, you guys can find me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ZanMadden. The link is below in the description, as is a link to my ebook bundle. If you guys are looking for a different way to play the game on both offense and defense, you guys can get my Singleback wing tight offense out of the Washington Redskins playbook, as well as my full comprehensive 3-4 bear defense at the link in the description. You guys will be delivered all the videos upon checkout. You won't have to wait for me to be live in stream to deliver those links. Okay, guys, without further ado, let's get into today's offense. This is part 2 of the doubles off close. This is a single back formation that is found in the Oakland Raiders playbook and the Washington Redskins playbook. So I kind of wanted to fuse my playbook that I'm currently running, that Washington Redskins single back wing tight. And I wanted to find a secondary offense that you guys could also run in the most popular playbook in the game, which is the Oakland Raiders. So we already did a video breakdown on what makes the jet sweep found in the doubles off close one of the better jet sweeps, if not the best under center jet sweep in all of Madden 20. And we did our first passing installation the other day, which involved a slot motion, which kind of mimicked that jet sweep. Now in today's video, we're going to try to open up some quick passing concepts with our tight end in this formation. Now, again, we talk about what abilities you need for this formation. You can either have a hot route master or quarterback. All the golden ticket quarterbacks have hot route master and escape artist equipped, or you can get one of the regular field general hot route masters. Those are a dime a dozen right now in MUT. But if you don't want to have a quarterback ability with extra routes, you guys can use the slot apprentice and or the tight end apprentice for this offense as well. So let's go ahead and talk about today's video. We're actually breaking down with the Niners, and we're going to be using Kittle, who receives all the extra tight end routes. So we'll be able to kind of show you how this offense will work. Now, we're going to start off with a very, very basic route combination out of the play switch X comeback. I think that this is a nice little play because it can attack the blitz. It can beat some of the cover 3 stuff. And you've got some quick passing options that you maybe didn't know you had afforded to you in this play. So let's go ahead and start it off. The whole premise of this offense is to get your opponent into some sort of run defense. Again, we're talking about the stretch, the dive, and the jet sweep. Hopefully you get them into some sort of 3-4 where they're going to be, playing maybe a cover 4 coverage and trying to stop the run, right? So when we take a look at the play switch X comeback, let's go ahead and start off with the X comeback. Anytime you face cover 3 or cover 4, where the corners are in off coverage, meaning that they're not rolled up and pressed like you see right here, anytime you see them in that off coverage, you're going to be able to hit your quick pass to your X comeback. So what do I mean by that? Let's go ahead and just show you. Anytime you snap the ball, just go ahead and let them get into that route, throw an up and outside pass lead and kind of click on and rack it. Now, if you have the curl comeback elite, that will help you catch the ball in traffic. And right there, they actually broke on the throw pretty easily. But what you're going to notice is that you can kind of just, possession catch it. And you can, instead of racking it into them, you're going to be able to possession catch that pretty easily. So you could steal those yardage, that easy yardage from them on the outside. If they're in cover 3 or cover 4, you're just going to be able to kind of throw this ball, up and outside. And you see how you're able to get there for a pretty solid gain, 10 to 12 yards, I would say. Let me go ahead and click off that purple zone because I'm sure some of you are wondering if that purple zone will get out there. And it doesn't. You're going to see right here, it's busy jamming the slot receiver. And that's going to allow you to throw that up and outside pass lead to rack it upfield. So we'll go ahead and show you again here as I just continue to show these. Kind of click on, swerve to the outside and rack it. It's going to allow you to make that nice catch. So that is a up and outside pass lead, a click on, and then kind of swerve outside and rack it. And if you have that curl comeback elite on that route, you're going to be able to catch that pretty easily. So that's one thing that is afforded to you on this play. The other thing I really like about this play is obviously if they're playing any type of zone, but they're running a blitzing shell out of it. So let's say they're like running cover 4 and they're, blitzing their outside linebackers. Maybe they do something where they're, trying to, rush 5 at you. We've seen this type of coverage before. You're going to have the possibility to kind of motion this wheel out. And what I'll typically do with this is I'll follow with another wheel to the running back right behind it. And, if they're playing press coverage, that's fine. Just go ahead and let those two guys run the routes off. And then you're just going to throw the wheel to the running back out of the backfield. and then try to pick up a block downfield from your tight end. So if they're running a heavy 3-4 zone blitz, that's something I will oftentimes do out of this formation as well. So we'll go ahead and show you, like if they were playing cover 3 here, here's an example of cover 3 with that safety in a purple zone. So obviously, you know, they've got a purple zone and they're rushing off the right side. So in this situation, we would kind of know that we're not going to throw the wheel to the tight end, but we go ahead and motion them out wide to widen out the zone coverage, and then let that running back just kind of find that soft spot right behind. And, you know, if you get a block from the tight end out on the perimeter, or if you can make that guy miss, all of a sudden you just need one block from the tight end and you can get a pretty big score out of that. So not even into the tight end routes here. Here's another example if we're playing like cover 3. One thing I will recommend that you guys can do with this is if you go to this double seam look where you just streak the Y receiver, especially if they're base aligning their coverage, that meaning that this guy right here isn't standing over the slot where he's going to reroute him. If he's standing in here, that means that they're going to get that free release to that wide receiver. And when you run this double seam concept, that should open up the potential for you to maybe throw an outside pass lead to Bourne downfield. You'll see what I mean right here. So if I snap this ball, he's going to get that free release. And you see how like you could possibly throw that ball all the way over the top. Now right there, I waited too darn long. Plus Bourne's not that fast anyways, but I want to show you how the outside third on the right kind of breaks and goes to the wheel route late in the progression. So if you have a big arm quarterback, this is a one play touchdown that you could throw. You see right here how this is the outside third, Patrick Peterson. And he's running back deep, right? Until about this point where this guy starts to run the wheel route and he clears. And you see right here that that's when he's like, oh, okay, this is my responsibility. Now at this point, you've got this pass lead all the way out here over the top for the one play score if you can anticipate it. So if you're catching them in some sort of cover 3 press, be on the lookout for that type of look. So you'll see what I kind of mean right here. You know, you'll see it, the baseline press cover 3. All players that run 3-4 odd tend to press. But you could definitely go to something like this, and you can actually use a fade to that B receiver. So just anticipate the break of that outside third to Patrick Peterson on this play. So just watch, he's going to back up, back up, back up, back up. Now he's going to drop away, and you just throw an outside pass lead over the top. Now, again, you need a bigger arm quarterback for this. You can't just throw it with Garoppolo and hope that he's going to be able to make that throw. It is going to be a little bit tougher of a read with a shorter arm quarterback, right? You know, a guy that doesn't have that top end throwing power. But if you guys are playing mud at this point, you guys have 99 throw power pretty much regardless of who's your quarterback at this point, I would have to assume. So again, right here with this type of play, you're just going to, it's an anticipation throw. So you're just going to go ahead and snap it, and you're going to know as soon as he wheels up that sideline, he's going to match, and then you're going to throw that outside pass lead. Now again, Bourne, not the fastest guy, Garoppolo, not the biggest arm. So if that's Goodwin and, you know, any 99 throw power quarterback in the game, that's an easy walk-in touchdown. Very, very easy. The other thing you can kind of pay attention to is obviously back in the seam. You know, you're running a double seam concept on this play. So not only is B over here, Bourne, running a seam, but you also have a seam to 17. So if you notice that that free safety is getting over there to the right side, you're going to be able to kind of throw maybe an inside pass lead to this player down the seam if they're a big enough body, maybe a little low ball somewhere over the middle here. I'll try to illustrate that to you as well. So again, this is going to be more of a timing-based throw, but it's a pretty easy throw to make if you can catch them in that cover 3 and they're pressing. A lot of players will play cover 3. You'll notice it with the one safety high, the other safety's down low. You'll be able to tell that pretty easily. So, and again, especially so if they're base aligning and pressing, because you know that 17 Emmanuel Sanders in the backside slot is going to get that free release. So I'll kind of show you again here. You go to this look. You know, you just got double seam in a wheel route. You're going to watch that safety on the left. He's going to tend to drift. And then maybe throw like a little baby little seam route in the backside. Again, with our slot receiver, chances are running that jet sweep, you're going to have some sort of streak apprentice or, you know, streak specialist route, plus maybe a grab and go or a human joystick type route. So if you guys have that potential, make sure you guys are, you know, utilizing that backside seam route. Don't just put the streak specialist on it and don't throw it. You need to be able to realize that if he's got leverage and he has the ability, he is open. So, you know, in terms of fusing the videos together, the jet sweep, the, you know, the motion concepts that we throw, the corner routes, you know, you're going to want the grab and go or the human joystick rather, since it's a jet sweep, plus the streak specialist and the post flag. This slot player is a very important player in this scheme. So even when you're not motioning him, you still need to be able to hit those backside reads and show your opponent that you're not only just looking for the guys that are motioning in this scheme. So if I go to this scheme right here and I notice that they're in cover 3, especially if they're baseline and pressed, you've got to be willing to hit this throw. This is a throw that you have to tell yourself, teach yourself to throw. Obviously, users are going to be a part of the problem too. But again, you watch this, just maybe a little baby low ball and then just possession catch it and fall down right there in the backside seam, because they're going to be looking to user over where the wheel is. If you think about it, I mean, if they're in cover 3, they play that cover 3, maybe they baseline, they press, you're going to be able to run the little double wheel concept. You know, you can put Sanders on that streak, and then you're out here running this concept, snapping the ball. You've got the wheel of the running back. And right there, as we don't block the McDonald player there right through the middle, but we'll go ahead and do that again. You're going to have the wheel route to the running back, and then you're also going to have the backside seam. So they have to use one or the other, and they have to worry about the one play score to the B receiver on this play. This is if they're just sitting in cover 3 like so many players tend to do. So again, see right here, low ball, or you got the ball to the running back right out of the backfield. Make a spin move, catch a block, go upfield, pick up yourself 20 yards. Pretty safe throw. And your opponent has to be in 2 spots. They have to be low to the right seam or high in the left seam, or you got the one play score to the deep right seam to the B receiver. So that's how we're going to use the play switch X, come back to beat cover 3. Now, if you want to go to the other hash and run this with the tight end to the short side of the field, you're going to notice that your comeback route is actually really open on this type of play. So the point of focus actually becomes the left side of the field rather than the right side. So obviously right here, you can't really wheel your running back because he'll go to the left side, not the right side. But you can still go to this particular scheme, especially if they base align. And what you're going to notice is you're going to draw a lot of attention to the left. You're going to notice how that comeback route is just going to be chilling on the sideline. That is where your focus is when you run it to the wide side of the field. Because what ends up happening is you have 2 vertical threats on the right side, which pulls the safety into center field over to the right. So you see right here, safety is going to go over there. Now the wheel route gets played down the sideline as well. Actually, you might even have a throw right here in this area of the field because you're basically bracketing the seam route. We'll go ahead and try to show you that. It might be a tighter throw. You're going to need some throw power, maybe even a gunslinger to make this work. But if you're catching them in that cover 3 look, so we'll show you here. You want to go to this. You might be able to squeeze this throw in. So as you snap this ball, that's not letting me motion snap it. You might be able to kind of fit right there. You see right there how we can kind of fit that throw in. You might be able to do that throw to the short side of the field and then have that come back to the far sideline. So actually when you run the tight end to the short side of the field on this, you're going to have both sidelines open against cover 3. We'll go ahead and show this to you again here. And all we're really doing is streaking the Y receiver. And then again, watch how that safety on the left side in center field is going to rotate over towards B. Now, Y is going to draw the outside corner, leaving that comeback route, which we just threw an inaccurate throw to, wide open on that sideline. We'll go ahead and do this. Let's just go ahead and quick snap it. I'm just going to go straight to cover 3 again here. Go right to this motion snap. And accidentally hike through it because I was trying to motion snap it quickly. Let's do this again here. Now watch how that left side, outside third, plays Y, and that's going to allow us to throw that comeback route. You want to throw that ball right at the top of the route so that purple zone doesn't get there. Go one more time here. There it is, right there, right at the top of the route. That's going to be a free 15, 17 yards over there to the wide side of the field. The other thing you can do, this is a little bit tougher, is we talked about the comeback route right at the start of the video. If you catch them in that, you could go straight to that outside pass lead, right? And go boom right there to the wide side of the field, especially if they're playing that off coverage. That's going to be a throw that you could actually sneak from them. And if you can rack it right by them, that can end up being pay dirt for you. So we'll go ahead and show you the cover 3 again here. Wide side comeback route, kind of click on and try to get that rack by them. Again, curl comeback elite on this throw is probably your go-to. But you see how when they play that off coverage, if you see them backpedal right at the snap, try to get out wide and make that rack catch and rack it right by him. It's going to take a little bit of practice, but you also have that on the wide side of the field. Okay, so that's just one play. That's curl comeback. We are almost 15 minutes into this video. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the other stuff. This is going to involve more of your tight end motion. We're going to be talking about the play bench corner stop here. So This is going to be your typical zone flooding concept. You could run this one of two ways. Let's go ahead and put the ball back on the short hash with your receivers on the short side. And what we're going to be focusing on this play is just the fact that you have this little route to the wide receiver. I like to use motion of the tight end on a streak to the outside just to kind of keep that cohesiveness in this motion scheme. And he's going to notice that you can actually, can't really roll out here with Garoppolo, but you're going to notice that you can use him as a pull route for that corner. So if I were to put the tight end on a streak against cover 4 and kind of just, motion snap him, you could let him set or do whatever. If you let him set, he actually gets out in front a little bit easier. But you notice how that's going to kind of open up that throw to the sideline just because that outside quarter has to drop with him. That's in your cover 4 drop show too. So again, if you see them in that type of coverage, don't be afraid to, let him motion out wide and, be able to run off that coverage. So watch how he's going to run off Patrick Peterson just a little bit further. And that leaves him open on the sideline. Now, ideally, you don't want him running back down into the read. You don't want that corner route stopping on the sideline and running back down. So if you don't like that, what I like to do with this is I like to actually put the tight end on a corner route and I will smart route it. And then I will streak the B receiver. And that will actually cause just a far better play, in my opinion, where you're going to allow the B receiver to get out in front. He's going to run off the coverage. And then that tight end is going to be an up pass lead right there on the sideline. You see how much more open that is? You don't have to worry about the receiver stopping on the sideline, running back down into the purple zone and getting you picked off. So this is why I like the tight end apprentice in this scheme. So you don't necessarily have to use that motion. Again, though, if you want, short tight end motion is pretty solid. Getting this motion snap down is tough. You'll notice that sometimes the tight end won't snap while he's in motion. Kind of have to spam it. And even then you see that purple zone still covers it pretty well. So the motion of that short corner in this formation is not great because the purple zone really doesn't, you're not beating him to the outside. It's not a full motion. He just motions right into the slot. So it's one of those things that you have to kind of be careful with. It's not really the same as if you were to motion snap a corner out of a wing package. If for this type of scheme, I think that the tight end is more or less going to serve as a pull route or a quick pass option back over the middle. One thing I actually like about this play with the tight end is a trail route because you get a corner and a trail together. And you'll notice that the corner route to Bourne is going to pull all the zones, the yellow zone and the purple zone, back off the ball. And that's going to leave a wide open pocket for your tight end over the middle. So you're going to be able to throw that pretty easily over the middle, especially if they're blitzing you heavy. That's the goal of this, is we want to run that jet sweep. We want to get them into this base aligned, blitzing the linebackers type look like so many players like to run. You've seen this defense a million times where they walk the safeties down and they do this type of defense. And this is where the tight end really can win for you, because if you catch them blitzing, you're going to be able to, throw these little trail routes, especially if you motion them out and then boom, throw it right as they cut back over the middle. And if you have a big time tight end, you could actually, after the catch, this could be a one play score for you. I can't tell you how many times I've thrown the ball to a guy like Waller or an Ingram that has 97 speed and Mutt on a quick pass like this against an all out blitz. And you're able to, really, really exploit the blitz pretty easily. One of the questions I get asked all the time is how do you beat the blitz in the offense that you run? And I'm going to be honest, when they blitz, the tight end trail route, and I've broken this down 100 million times on this channel, is far and away the best route to throw. I mean, if you think about this, you don't even have to block to try to pick up or to beat this blitz, right? If 7 guys are coming, you've got a left side option in a hitch, you've got a right side option in a trail route. If they use the left, you throw the right, and if they use the right, you throw the left. So here comes the blitz, throw the trail route, boom, just pop them right over the middle. Why would you want to try to max protect against that? Just go ahead and try to, basically beat them quick over the middle. Yes, quick pass and accurate will happen every now and then, but it's really not that big a deal in the grand scheme of things. Because, you're going to complete far more than you're going to overthrow or, throw to the sideline. If you just beat them a couple times, they're going to lay off that all out blitz. Now, let's say that they decide that they want to go to, usering on the tight end. So maybe they got this user down here on the left side, on the right side, and they're just kind of sitting in the middle of the field. And you want to go to this blitz beater. Again, you just watch who their user is on. So if they go over to the right, you're just going to throw the hitch back to the left. Pretty easy, right? and then, you know, make one move and you could be gone. So this is one of those sets that, you know, you could run the ball, dive, stretch, inside zone split, jet sweep. You've got all those types of runs that you can run. You've got a solid screen pass, and then you've actually got the hitch and the motion trail routes that can help beat the blitz too. You've got probably 5, 6, 7 options you've got here that are just hot routes in this offense that are going to allow you to beat the blitz. Now, another thing about this play, bench corner stop, is actually this route right here to this receiver, Samuel. You can throw this right as he cuts, and it's basically a corner route that you throw to an outside receiver. So if they're playing off coverage on the outside, this little motion corner stop route, it's not really a motion, but a corner stop route, if you throw it right as he goes into this corner cut, you can kind of like catch it and get out of bounds. So that's a nice little end of game clock stopping route that you can use as well. Another thing that I like to do with the tight end is I like to use the motion of his route. You can actually put him on a hitch in this scheme as well. So let me show you what I mean. If we go to that exact play, bench corner stop, let's say you're facing a heavy amount of cover 2, right? What you're going to be able to do is you can motion this tight end out into the slot, put him on a hitch, and that's going to allow you to kind of run, you know, like a little bit of a smash concept. You see how that's just going to sit down nice and easy underneath? That's going to mesh very, very well with the play drag and spacing, which you can go ahead and put the inside or that receiver on a hitch and put the tight end on the apprentice corner route and smart route it. It's the same deal there. So you've got the ability to go kind of a smash concept. If the tight end gets out on his route, you can throw the hitch down to the B receiver. Right there, my icon kind of hid what I wanted to do. But this is also really good against your cover 3 as well. So if I were to go to put the guy on a hitch and put the tight end on a corner route and smart route it, watch how the tight end presses vertically off the line, pulls the purple zone and the yellow zone back, and just gives you this little baby throw underneath for a quick yardage dot as well. This is just something, honestly, in my opinion, that, you know, again, if you have an escape artist hot route master offense, you're going to be able to cut block as well. We don't want to forget about, you know, the ability at any time really to basically motion snap. So, you know, if I wanted to, I could go ahead and put a double team on the edge guy. Let me see what coverage I'm in here. Let me go ahead and call like a cover 3, for instance. So in this situation, we got a cover 3 look. We're trying to double team on that edge. So let me go ahead and slap a double team over here. And then what I could do is kind of motion snap Kittle back to the inside, and he serves as a blocker on that double team, allowing you to kind of roll out. And if you had like a mobile quarterback, obviously you could roll out and pull the zones down, yada, yada. Obviously Garoppolo is not that guy, but you're going to be able to do that as well, where you can kind of run those little seal, especially if they've got those edge rushers that you're having trouble cut blocking. You can slap double teams in this scheme as well. So let me go ahead and show you again. Like here's cover 2. Let me flip it. Say I wanted to seal this linebacker right here, Reed. You go straight to this motion corner concept, or this bench corner stop concept. Motion the tight end out wide, slap the double team over here, motion snap him back to the inside. Now he's going to help seal that edge. You see how he's going to get out there on that double team, allowing you to roll out and throw your corner route against your cover 2. So you don't necessarily have to use a running back to cut block in this scheme as well. The tight end can do a lot for you. Be, you know, a pull route. He could be a check down route. He can beat the blitz for you. He can seal the edge. And then obviously, you know, you have the ability to kind of motion across the formation as well to the left. So if I were to kind of show you some basic stuff here with the tight end that you could do in this formation. Again, guys, this is kind of one of those things that I'm trying to break down from a standpoint of you're in the Oakland tour. This is just another thing that's available to you. Or if you run my Washington Redskins offense, this is something that's available to you as well. You know, in this formation, the left side where they have the twin receivers, they don't really have a lot of deep options in this play. You know, you basically just got drag and spacing, bench corner stop, and then you've got kind of like your switch comeback where they run like a seam and a comeback route. So you don't have a lot available to you in terms of the tight end running to that side of the field. But one thing that you can definitely do, let me see if it does it this way in this stretch as well. One thing that you can do, I believe, is if you motion this tight end across, yes, it actually serves as really, really good blocking to the backside of the formation, allowing you to really set up this blocking. Remember, we talked about this on the jet sweep day about how good this stretch alert is. This is a jailbreak RPO stretch. You see that you got the tackle, you've got the left guard, you've got the slot receiver all going over there. But one of the weaknesses is the left side blocking. Obviously, if they want to blitz you, you know, they go to, let's say that they're blitzing everyone, right? A lot of times when you try to, you know, run these blitzes and you try to throw these screens, you get sacked because you don't have blockers. When you run the tight end to the backside, he helps seal that edge for you. You see how you can get those blocks out there out wide, and this can end up being a one-play score for you if it sets up okay. So the motion of the tight end to the receiver side actually really opens up that backside alert off the stretch. So, you know, if they were to go to any type of, like even cover 2, base the line, they pinch the linebackers, they're blitzing 7, and you want to try to get them to, you know, a lot of times they'll do something like this where they know the stretch is a possibility, so they use the backside safety, right? Well, now in this situation, you're going to say, okay, this tight end is going to pass block. He's not going to screen block. He's going to pass block. And this is going to allow me to really get out to that edge. And you see even right there, like the guy's still jailbroke through. This is part of the problem, right? Is you want to be able to try to set these up and get these screens out. So, you know, when they're doing this send to everyone and you know it, just get the ball out. Just get it out as soon as possible. We talked about this on 2 videos ago. You don't even have to go out all the way out wide to the screen. Just the fact that they know it's an RPO, they have to take their first step to the right. So they're gonna freeze, and that's gonna allow you to get this ball out. And you see how quickly you can get that ball out and then follow your tackle and your guard. If you have mobile tackle, mobile guard over there on the left side, this could be a house call against any of these 3-4 out blitz everybody type looks. So, you know, in terms of this video today, I mean, I guess the way that you kind of label it is how to beat the blitz and you know, quick pass out of this set. So again, right here, you know, you don't even have to do this if you don't want to, but it's just there to help, you know, provide one extra blocker of protection. Just that way you can even just quick throw it. You see how this screen actually is one of the few in the game that actually blocks really well, really well. In my opinion, I think it's the best screen in the game. So this is today's video, guys. I know that this is kind of just an installation. It's not really like a sexy one-play bomb play type video that I normally do here on the videos, but it is very important if you guys want to run this mini scheme. I already throw you guys about a 20-25 minute video on the slot apprentice in this offense. I talk about the jet sweep. We're trying to show you guys how I install an offense here on this this channel. So it starts with a foundation. What do you want to do? Is it the dive, jet sweep, stretch alert bubble, or I'm sorry, stretch alert screen? If that's the identity, then you're saying, okay, well, what are they going to call to stop it? Well, chances are they're going to be in 3-4 out. They're going to be blitzing heavily. They're going to be running their fair amount of cover 4. So I have to have these soft zone beaters that allow me to get the ball out quickly, manipulate some zone coverages, surprise them with a few unique route combinations, because you have to know what they're going to do to answer the foundation of your offense. You know, a lot of times if you're, you know, you're a passer, a pass first type player, the foundation of your pass offense is usually a cut block and a rollout. So you know that they're going to spend the majority of their time trying to cover, you know, those corner routes, and that's going to open up the run game. It's going to open up little things underneath. Just trying to show you guys how this all comes together as a scheme. If you guys like it, have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, make sure to like the video and drop those below. We'll see you guys tomorrow with our next upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.